SuperTalk Mississippi media production.
Kyocera copiers are more than just a copier. They're your total document solution. Contact your local award-winning service provider, One Source Technology Solutions, at 601-684-3815 for the latest in what Kyocera has to offer.
Pike County, here comes your morning show. Dave in the morning on 93.5 FM, SuperTalk Mississippi.
So now, understand, you're not going to dictate to me what I do and what I don't do, but I'm still the mayor, Mr. Clark.
None of this meeting is recorded. None by any parties. Correct?
No, sir, mine is recorded. I'm being accused.
Any conversation.
Said I want to make it on record. I want the allegations in writing, or the accused, or on recording of this harassment.
And now, here's your host, Dave Hughes.
Good morning. Good morning. Hi. How you doing? We are officially here on Wednesday morning, and we are ready to go. We, of course, have our SuperTalk family news, which impacts me directly, as you know. We'll talk more about that later on in the show, because right now I got something really, really cool to talk about, and probably the best problem you can have when you're putting an event together. We've got Brandy and Nick with us.
Good morning.
And they are here from the Southwest Mississippi Children's Advocacy
Yes, good morning.
Good
Center.
morning.
And it turns out if you just wave a hint of an idea of some alcohol in front of people, they get excited.
Oh, there it is. Yep. Bingo and the best part, Bubbly, right?
Yes, bingo and bubbly.
Some would argue, though, these ladies love to play their bingo, too. So,
Yeah, that's true.
It's fun.
Yeah.
That's true. And I wouldn't think they would get too deep into the bubbly, because you might miss a number.
That is true. That
You
is
know.
true. You get the rare few that are like, what number was that?
Now, before we get into the event, I do want to talk about it, but the good problem that you have is it's sold out, right?
It is sold out. Tickets went incredibly fast this year, which
Sponsorships
is a great.
went fast, too.
Yeah,
Like, we were just so surprised by the community's support, for sure.
It's really, humbling, and it makes you just feel really loved with how much the community has come together this year to support the Children's Advocacy Center here.
Well, and it makes you feel like you've got some support,
Yeah.
which is important with what you do. So if you can, whichever one wants to, which is almost a guarantee, you're both going to talk at the same time, which is fine. Before we get into the event, let's talk about the center. What do you do? What's your purpose? Why are you here? And why is it so important? Oh no, she just dumped it on you, Nick. That's fine.
I
That's
think
the executive
I'm
director side. We'll let
there
him,
you go. There you go. My name is Nick Rosari. I'm the executive director for Southwest Mississippi Children's Advocacy Center. It is a mouthful to say, but we do a lot of work for abused children as well as potentially abused children. We take referrals from law enforcement and child protective services. And our first order of business with these children referrals is to see if they truly are involved in an abuse case. And not all the kids are abused. We get other referrals as well that end up it just being a miscommunication of some sort or whatever. And we love when that happens, as well as we love being able to take care of the kids that truly were abused. It doesn't stop there, though. After what we call completing a forensic interview, and we determine that the child or children in the home are truly abused, we take the next step, and the next steps are so important because we make sure that the child gets to be a child again. We help them with help law enforcement and the district attorney's office with the prosecution part of the case. We help prepare the kid as well as the court prepare the kid the child, for what's going to happen. What's it going to look like when they have to go to court and testify? And we hope to bridge and or reduce that burden of anxiety for being in front of a bunch of adults in a courtroom. I mean, I can walk into an empty courtroom and feel nervous, even to this day, let alone a child having to talk about something that is truly a nightmare that a lot of us have never even dreamed possible. And then we work with the families after, of course, the prosecution and all that kind of stuff to make sure that they can be a child again. What does that look like? That looks like whether that's just a socioeconomic burden that we need to help bridge the gap with, or therapy. We have very specialized and very trained therapists that are able to focus on the trauma itself and to provide therapy in that way, instead of labeling the kid with some type of diagnosis and try to do therapy that way. We really try to carve that out as a situation that they can truly heal, recover, and be a kid again. And without the community's support, we really couldn't do everything that we do now. We are a private nonprofit, but we do operate off of some victim compensation funding that comes from the federal and state government. But it's nowhere near enough money in order to truly stand behind our mission, and that's really healing the child from the trauma they experience.
I gotta say, it's so important about the labeling thing, because
isn't that right?
Yeah. Look at it like this. You go through life. Let's say that you've gone through life. You're in your 30s. You're in your 40s, and you've had 3 car wrecks. You're a wrecker.
Yeah.
That's all you do is wreck. That's your identity, is you wreck cars.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks that way.
No.
Nobody treats it that way. But in situations like this, we have a tendency to just slap the label on, and that's what you are for the rest of your life.
And, while Nick had mentioned as well the community support, my name is Brandy Kelly, and I am the outreach and education and marketing person of it. So I would like to say, with school going back as well, one of our main purposes that we do too is go into schools, churches, any kind of civic clubs that we can, and kind of help inform the public on how to recognize signs of abuse, how to do mandated reporting. So with school going back, if you're listening, if you're a teacher, a librarian, or anything like that, and you would like us to come in and kind of teach your teachers, or kind of just help inform everybody, please give us a call. I would love to come in and kind of set something up, because that's where it all also starts, is recognizing the signs of abuse, how to help save those children, first getting in the front lines of what we can do to even help prevent something before it gets worse, before it goes into CPS or something. So I think being informed on all the symptoms and signs and what you can do and how we can all help together as the communities and the counties we serve, that's also very important.
Well said.
And, Nick, we talk about abuse, and we're just kind of using that catch-all term. And most people, their mind immediately goes to sexual abuse. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of different types of abuse, though, aren't there? There
is. Of course, there's physical abuse. There's neglect that we see a lot of as well. And then also to make it very real, we work with the district attorney's offices and the FBI as well, because there's a lot of human trafficking and labor-based trafficking that's happening in our counties.
Right here, specifically in Pike County too.
In Pike County.
More than you would like to think. I think, when you think of human trafficking, you think of somebody being taken across state lines or what it is. But like, Nick even said with labor law, it happens right in your own home. Sometimes it's your own parents or family members. So I think just talking to children as well too at what's going on at home and how they're living their day-to-day life, because a lot of children
might not
don't.
be normal.
Yeah, a lot of children don't realize that what they consider their normal is not normal. So I think just being open and being comfortable having that dialogue with the children that you interact with is very important.
How it has got to be just incredibly difficult going all the way back to the beginning of the process and the forensic interview part of it. How do you make it through one of those without just tears streaming down your face?
A lot of training. One of the other things that, a lot of our sponsorship and donation money goes to is what we call forensic interview training, because it takes a very special person to be able to sit next to a child and get the information that we need from that child in a way that is presented to a court and to a district attorney, so that the defense attorney can't pick it apart. So on average, our forensic interviewers, after getting the job and going through a very rigorous interview process, they go through about 100 hours of training before we are confident enough to put them in front of a child. And that training is state driven. So the state department, the CACM is what we call them, the Child Advocacy Center of Mississippi, heads that training up, but they have nationally recognized as well as state recognized trainers that make them do a lot of mock interviews, a lot of play type interviews, and to ensure that they are truly prepared for the nightmares that they're really truly going to hear, and to make sure that they're not pulling information out of a child that might not be true, because children are children, right? So what they know as a reality might not be truly the reality. So it takes a lot of training. And to be honest with you, praise the Lord that God has called me to the executive director position and not to that forensic interview position, because there's still to this day plenty of interviews. If I were to hear it from start to finish, I would leave in tears. But people always ask why would you want to do this? And one of my staff, whenever we talk about that, she always goes back to the if not me, then who? And I truly believe that sinks in a lot with me, and I hope it sinks in a lot with a lot of people, because it is a calling. It truly is a calling. It's not something that you're gonna be like, man, what should I do with my life? It's gonna be something that you truly feel like you're led to do, and this is the best way to kind of explain it in layman's terms. It's just when you interview or when we interview potential candidates for these positions, you can eventually find out if they truly are called to this or not, and within that 100 hours of training, you'll find out if it's truly your calling or not.
About 40 hours in, you're like, I'm in the wrong room, guys.
Yeah. And it puts things in perspective, just as a parent myself, that while you have, just like any parent, your normal day-to-day struggles with certain things, it definitely makes you want to go home and hug your kids a little bit tighter and just realize how thankful, you really are that your child hasn't been, and if they are in that situation, that there is a place like us that can help them and help, like our mission says, is helping victims become children again. So
the way she said, as a parent myself, the day-to-day struggles, I now know two things about her. Number one, she has stepped on a Lego barefoot.
Oh, yes.
And number two, she has watched a YouTube tutorial on how to get crayon off of the wall.
That is, especially our wood walls.
See? I could tell. I knew when you said that. I knew what the code meant there.
Yes.
Let's move over to the event. Tell me about this. Who said, I love bingo, but we need to juice it up a bit? Who came up with this?
This is the exciting part, yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to let Brandy talk about Bingo and Bubbly. It's our 9th annual bingo and bubbly. So next year will be our 10th time doing this, but it is an extremely popular event that we host in Summit, Mississippi, but it is for our surrounding counties. I apologize. We have not told you or told the audience about what counties this involves. Amite, Walthall, Pike, Capaya, and Lincoln County is invited to this event every single year. But go ahead, Brandy, take it away. Tell them about bingo and bubbly.
Yeah, and not even invited, but like we said, that's really where the support has come from, is through all 5 counties, not just Pike County. All the counties that we serve are really where our sponsors. We've got an awesome silent auction this year as well. We've got a lot of items that have come from businesses from all over the counties that we do. But this year the event is at Oak Hill Estate again. Thank you to Miss Debbie Wilson for allowing us to be there and support us every year for doing this. But it is going to be Saturday, August 8th. And doors open at 10:30. And the event will start at 11. It goes from 11 to 2. The biggest thing that I will say is if you have already registered for the event, or if you know you were sitting at a sponsor's table, we do have a new online platform that we're using this year. So please make sure that you have gone online and registered for the event itself. That will help streamline getting everybody in, kind of getting that flow going, and really just allowing us to kick off to the exciting fun part of bingo and bubbly for you.
Which is, of course, is it the bingo or the bubbly?
I think it depends on, like we said, jokingly earlier, people love to play the bingo. I think the first few games go really quickly while people are there. And, and as the bubbly starts setting in, you see a little more laughing. The games might take a little bit longer to get through.
It's such a fun event. We have local law enforcement, fire department, as well as other men that cater to these women. We hopefully have, we call them referees, and we dress them up as such, that cater to the women throughout the event, and get them really excited about not only the bingo and bubbly, but also one of the most best. That's not the way to say it. That one of the best in my in my opinion, one of the best silent auction and live auction opportunities as well. So our silent auction has tons of what you would think you would see in a silent auction, to the scale of we've got the coolers, the Yeti coolers, and
ladies, this is the year it seems to thank your husbands as well for how hard they work and do. We have got a lot of awesome
grill items.
So if you are camping, looking forward to going camping this fall, and you're looking for that extra accessory that you need to kind of be able to prepare, dinners or just cook together as a family, we've got a lot of those awesome items. Outdoor furniture sets.
And then our live auction is, drum roll please, is quite amazing. Our live auction, two of our best live auction items, in my opinion. They're all great, and we thank you to the donors that have given up their opportunities for these live auction items. But we have a place in the mountains that's over like about a 600-foot cliff in Andrews, North Carolina, that sleeps about 30. So there's 3 buildings there to include a game room and like a golf simulator. They call it the bunk house for the children. And then 2 large houses that overlook the Smoky Mountains with a hot tub and a fire pit and stuff. It's absolutely gorgeous. We will get that video showcasing that opportunity in Andrews, right outside of Asheville, North Carolina. Yeah. On our website soon, so we hope to get some people ready to bid on that live auction item. Of course, we have a couple beach houses available as well to bid on, and then we have all the tickets to all the big
sporting
games.
Events. If you're
we
into
have
sports.
Saints tickets, we've got LSU tickets, we've got the Egg Bowl tickets. To include experiences as well. So those include hotel rooms and gas cards and special places to have your tailgate before the games as well. So they are very fun, curated events. In addition to those tickets. So we got some very cool live auction items as well.
And if I could mention as well, on top of just the fun and the bingo and bubbly part itself, we cannot leave out the Miss Susie Sanders hat contest.
There we go.
That we do as
thank
well.
you for doing that.
Miss Susie Sanders was a phenomenal artist, so in her memory, we do a phenomenal. So ladies, bring out, design the most creative, fun. We will have
Think
a little
Kentucky Derby, but jazz it up even
jazz
better,
it up,
because
and
we have a special prize for the winner of the hat contest. every time.
Yes, and as the previous winner, I actually won last year.
Oh,
with the
she
hat
had
contest.
to
I had to
toot
throw that
her
out there a
horn
little
on there.
bit. Before I actually worked with the CAC. But when I tell you it was extravagant, we're talking butterflies, hummingbirds, little charms, all the flowers that you could think. So just to kind of give the ladies ideas of what we're looking for when we're judging this contest. You will not know who the judges are as well, too. So they kind of just judge as you walk through. And at the end, like we said, we'll have a nice little prize for whoever wins. So it's a fun way to get together for that.
I got to tell you, Miss Susie would absolutely love that, because
Yes.
I knew
She started
her
it for us,
going
yeah.
way back,
Yes.
and she would love that it's still going. But number two, and much more important, you can't toot your horn if you don't wear the hat. Where's your hat?
Exactly. I should have worn it. It is on our website, though, just to kind of give everybody an idea. I do have, although I am out of the running this year, I do have my fun hat already done and ready to go.
course.
So it's a great way just for everyone to come together for the communities. Like we said, honor Miss Susie as well, too, and just kind of really represent the families and the children that we serve, and, just bring awareness to what we do on a day-to-day basis.
And if you're wondering about the event and you want to, just kind of poke around and see what the event's all about, I'm going to direct you straight to our Facebook page so we can get your follow first.
Yes.
And then, so after you follow, look us up on Facebook and follow us, just scroll down on our page. You'll see plenty of bingo and bubbly posts that Brandy has made. And there is a link to the actual bingo and bubbly event to that URL.
Yes.
And that's where we will be posting all of the silent auction, live auction opportunities, as well as past photos maybe about the Susie Sanders hat contest as well, just to help these ladies get an idea of what to expect for a fun brunch.
Yeah, and options to buy those wristbands, because while we do have the drinks available for individual purchase, you can also get a wristband for unlimited. Extra bingo cards this year. If you are a blackout sponsor, of course, your table comes with 2 per person already. So for those of you that want to have those extra odds to win a little bit more and, really have fun with bingo, then we are giving extra cards as well this year, too, for $10. So.
Now, and we're running out of time here. Before we run out of time, you mentioned about the donations from various businesses in is it 5 or 6 counties?
It is 5 counties.
5 counties. I couldn't remember if it was, I was running through the 5 in my head, and I'm like, I'm forgetting someone? Am I forgetting? No, apparently I'm not. But we have a lot of fantastic people that have helped both with donations and helping to sponsor this event. I want you to take a moment and recognize them.
Yes, sir. So this might take just a second. I don't know how much time we have, so I will go really quickly. But we would like to thank the Bank of Brookhaven, Brookhaven Med Spa, First Bank, Miss Keith and Karen Sanders, King's Daughters Medical Center, Market Max, Pike Oil, Pike National Bank, Southwest Health, Southwest Media Group, Bank of Franklin, C-Spire, the college here itself, Toyota Brookhaven, Rooted Tile Company, JLG Public Accounting. We've got Macomb Children's Clinic, Bank Plus, Brookhaven Urology, the Coca-Cola, of course, Capaya Lincoln Community College as well, Nunnery Veterinary Hospital, the Oak Coke Plant, St. Luke Home and Health Hospice, Curry Livestock, and
so many more.
So many. Enterprise Journal has really done a lot for us. Lowe's as well. Stokes Distributing, Graphics, etc. Like I said, Barnett Group Insurance. This year, like I said, we have just really felt the love from everybody that is wanting to be involved.
As you should.
Yeah, and then, of course, we can't forget the ones that are making the bubbly happen with Barrelhead Wine and Spirits, Northside Spirits, Cork and Cask. Tito's as well. So we have pulled out all the stops that we can to make sure this is a phenomenal event for everybody attending.
Fantastic. Any final thoughts before we go?
Just one, if I can leave, like I said, as far as really getting out the information, how we had mentioned, if you are in any type of education, church or anything, and would like us to set up those sessions with you to kind of teach about mandated reporting or how to awareness, please give me a call, Brandy Kelly, at 684-4009, extension 112.
And if you want to donate or sponsor after this event or get involved, please reach out as well. Same phone number, 684-4009. Ask for Nick. I would love to talk to you about how you can get involved more.
Well, that's a great point, because you don't have to wait for a special event.
You don't.
To help support the center.
Volunteers, anything throughout the year. We're always looking for help for people.
Well, we're going to see if we can scare you some up. I have thoroughly enjoyed having you guys in here.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Anytime. Now, see, you're out of excuses because you know where I'm at, so you can find me.
All right. We'll be here tomorrow and the next day and the next day.
Thank you.
You say that like you would be the first.
All right.
Nick and Brandy from the Southwest Mississippi Children's Advocacy Center. I would once again follow my normal pattern of plugging the event one more time, but unless you've already got your tickets, you can't go. You can't sit at the cool table this year. They sold all the tickets already.
Facility, come on.
We'll find something for you to do. It just won't be bingo. Leave it like that. We'll continue on this. What day is it? Wednesday morning. I don't know. I get up every day and walk towards the door, and whatever happens after that is a surprise most days. When we come back, we'll talk about our Super Talk topic of the day. We'll do that next.
Every now and then, we remind all of you loving, awesome, hardworking husbands that you have a premium it's time to renew. No, it's not life insurance, car insurance, or health insurance. It's way more important than those. I'm Kristen. Gentlemen, it's time to renew those long-term wife insurance policies. When you surprise her with a gift from Selmans, you remind her that no matter what lies ahead, you and she will get through it together. Your gift tells her this long-term wife insurance policy is for life. Renew your long-term wife insurance policy right here at Selmans. We're in it for the long term with you.
Don't miss Dave in the morning. Even when you miss it the first time, you can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. Super Talk 93.5 is always the place to be. Want to get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalk PikeCounty.com.
Weekday mornings at 6 after 9 on 93.5 FM, or you can catch up anytime by going to
SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Dave in the morning at SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. Catch up and catch on. Welcome back, Super Talk, Mississippi Pike County, 93.5. And as you heard, if you were listening this morning to Richard was actually on his show for the first hour this morning, despite being off this week, because we had an event. got a call yesterday, early in the day, from my buddy Will East, letting me know the news that we had lost Lance. Lance Tolbert, who was a producer for basically everything on the network. If you go down his list, he was the producer for mornings, of course. He also ran the high school football scoreboard during football season on Friday nights. He was the producer for Garden Mama, Nellie, on Saturdays. The producer for Buddy, the handyman, on Saturdays as well. Did a little bit of everything and did it well. Did a dedicated guy, did a great job. That's not the message you need to leave, though. Let me explain what I'm talking about. Lance, for those that don't know, had done a little bit of everything in his life. Lived in Mexico for a while. We talked about it on the air all the time because I would refer to him as my stock expert because he was a stockbroker for quite a while. Done a little bit of everything. Then wound up backed into radio and kind of found a home. And enjoyed it. And he and I talked off the air. It was so funny because I was talking, and before all of this happened, I filled in and hosted mornings last week on Thursday. Doing it again tomorrow, by the way. It's a week. But last Wednesday, and I'm scrolling back just to see how far it went. Started about 5:30 Wednesday, and this was regular with us. We texted back and forth all the time. If you had the pleasure of knowing Lance, and you really prefer short text conversations, well, you had to reconcile that because he didn't do short text conversations. If he had something to say, number one, he had done the research. He had links. He had everything. And number two, if he wanted to talk about something, he wanted to talk about it from an informed position. But last Wednesday, it was, if I printed out this text exchange, it would be probably 3 pages single spaced. That was just one conversation. Swapped a couple of texts Thursday morning during the show, texted a little bit over the weekend. It was just a continuous flow of back and forth with us, whether it be jokes, something funny one of us found that we knew the other one would like, whether it would be potential topics to talk about on the air when I was on the air on mornings. We talked quite a bit. Not as much as some talked with Lance in the business, but more than a lot. I'm going to miss him. I know that goes without saying, but sometimes you don't hear that. And I'll tell you why. I started out talking about how dedicated he was, how he had done everything, and how he just kind of came into SuperTalk and took over the world. He was doing everything and doing it well. But then I said, that's not what you want to leave behind. He and I actually had this conversation. It's been probably a month ago, but we got to talking about this. What you have to remember is, if the only thing they can lead your obituary with is what you did for a living, is that really a life worth lived? Lance was a good guy. He was highly intelligent. He was fun to talk to, fun to be around, and just a great human being. And, more importantly, I considered him a friend. Because just a good man, just a good guy. I was floored. I left early. I got that call yesterday morning, very early. letting me know what had happened. There was nothing there about, oh, and we need you to do this and this. No, Will was just calling to let me know because, as he put it on the phone call, I know you two spent a lot of hours together. Yeah, we did. And I treasure every one of them. Because he was a unique individual. And I love unique people. You know what I'm talking about. You know some folks that look like they got stamped out in the standard human factory, and they are just people. Love them too. But there's something about a person that's just unique. They come at you from a weird angle. They've got a different history. They have followed a different path. I really, really love those kind of people. And that was Lance. Good guy. Good friend. And he will be missed. Oh, he's already missed. He was missed yesterday morning. It's just that the majority of the world didn't know why yet. We had to wait. You know, the family wanted to get their stuff together. There's a certain amount of respect you have to put here. But yeah, he immediately missed. Immediately. And in some ways, irreplaceable. And here's why I say that. You've got Will, who is filling in yesterday and today, producing mornings. I assume he's going to be there in the morning with me as well. But I listed some of the other things Lance did, and that was just the on-air things that Lance did. I'm not sure he's going to be replaceable with one person. That's a bit of a testament work-wise. But to me, the testament that you leave behind, the memory that you leave behind, the impact that you make, once again, is not about what you do for a living. If the big thing everybody says is, well, business is going to miss him, that's one thing. Yeah, sure. It's a little bit different to say, he was my friend. I'm going to miss just shooting the bull with him. I'm going to miss, talking. Just shooting stupid stuff back and forth. We did that on a regular basis. I'm going to miss that. To the point to where yesterday I ran across something on Twitter and I opened the text chain that I had with Lance to send him the link, and it hit me. He made an impact on my life because he was there and he was unapologetically him. That's the impact you need to leave on planet Earth. Very, very unexpected. No sign that this was coming. It just came. And now, as we always do, we move on because, well, is there another option? No. You continue on. If you need a smile occasionally, think of him sitting on the back porch with that hat on. Don't ask if you don't know. Playing with his dogs, listening to old country music because that's what's happening. You're gonna be missed, buddy. You're already missed. Some days it sucks to get out of bed. Yesterday turned out to be one of those. We continue on your Wednesday morning right after this.
Every now and then, we remind all of you loving, awesome, hardworking husbands that you have a premium it's time to renew. No, it's not life insurance, car insurance, or health insurance. It's way more important than those. I'm Kristen. Gentlemen, it's time to renew those long-term wife insurance policies. When you surprise her with a gift from Selmans, you remind her that no matter what lies ahead, you and she will get through it together. Your gift tells her this long-term wife insurance policy is for life. Renew your long-term wife insurance policy right here at Selmans. We're in it for the long term with you.
Don't miss Dave in the morning. Even when you miss it the first time, you can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. SuperTalk 93.5 is always the place to be. Want to get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all there and it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, or just right there on the page. Dave in the morning, late at night, or anytime you have the crave. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Dave Hughes here. Remember, every weekday morning at 9:06, it's Dave in the Morning, where we solve the problems of the world, or at least complain about them really loudly and sarcastically. And if you miss out, you can catch up with the podcast version of Dave in the Morning at SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. Welcome back. Super Talk, Mississippi, Pike County, 93.5. Dave Hughes with you on this Wednesday morning. And, I was talking to Will about this yesterday. Something interesting. Don't ask me why, but, we lost Lance. We lost Paul. We lost JT. Back before that, my longtime buddy, Greg Nippers, went by Kip Gregory on the air. You heard him on Super Talk. Lost him. And you think that's a lot. Well, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, we had a room at our house that desperately needed cleaning out. You have a room sometimes that just collects things in boxes and you got to go clean it out. Well, we did. It's nothing but bare floor and a clothes rack. Well, treadmill, same difference. Going through the boxes, I found a bunch of pictures from earlier in my radio career. I had taken these pictures. I got a new camera. I had taken the pictures of all the people that I worked with and all the people that were on the air with me. And with one exception, they are all no longer with us. I did a search. This is how morbid my week has become. I did a search for mortality rates on broadcast radio people. There are no statistics because nobody notices. Nobody tracks it. Got to be somewhere that has that. But that just kind of surprised me. And then this happens this week, and I'm like, well, here we go again. It's amazing. I'm not that old, is the thing. Lance was younger than I am. By a good little bit. But it's just amazing to me that I was sitting talking to my wife yesterday about this, going back through my broadcast career. Been doing this over 40 years. So went back through and started naming people and specifically pointing out which ones were no longer with us. And it became a depressingly long list. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. It just impacted me, especially with what we're dealing with this week at SuperTalk. It seems like there's a lot. I don't know. I had somebody tell me yesterday, said, okay, you need to eat your Wheaties. You need to go to the doctor for a checkup, which I do all the time. You need to take care of yourself. Somebody in SuperTalk was having that conversation with me. And I joked back and I said, oh, I'm immortal. This much spite and sarcasm will never go away. But these kind of things, when you have someone that's close and it starts a memory cascade and you realize how many people that you've been close with are no longer here, it's a little saddening. It's a little depressing. So what you do in those situations is you turn it on its head. You remember the good stuff. You remember the good time. This is basic stuff. You remember the good times. You remember the fun you had while you were able to have it. Because the day you start saying, woe is me, well, that's, I'll just put it like this, that's not good. Woe is not you. You got to know them. You got to share some of your life with them. They got to know you. You had a good time, had an impact on each other's life. You could have never had any of that. That would have been sadder. So you have to have that mindset. Mose sent in a message, by the way. I just want to read that. I've gotten several messages this morning, but I want to read Moses because, number one, he's been around forever, long-time supporter of SuperTalk, and we do appreciate him. He just sent in and said, good morning, Dave. It's a sad day for us all. I'm going to miss Lance Tolbert's humor, his commentary, and upbeat attitude. I'm sure the SuperTalk family will miss him too. Not a surprising admission. Yeah, and Mose just also chimed in, said, my closest friends that I retired with at Keesler have all passed. Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird feeling when you start to realize that. I'm not really sure how you can even classify it. Are you sad? Are you depressed? Are you happy to have known it? It's hard to nail down. It's just strange when you start realizing that. And it'd be one thing if I was 80. I'm like, well, yeah, I outlived them all. No. My age still starts with a 5. Come on. But here we are. But the part where Mose said, sure, the SuperTalk family will miss him too. Yes, we do. Yes, we will. But everyone that I've talked to inside SuperTalk is in the same place I am with this. We're all kind of still in a certain level of a state of shock. This came out of nowhere. It's kind of like when we lost Kip. No, I say Kip, Greg Nippers. Nobody saw it coming, just bam, out of nowhere. JT, there were health issues that we supported him through for quite a while. Paul, there were health issues we supported him through quite a while. Lance, bam, out of nowhere. So we're all kind of, to a certain extent, the show must go on. That's a show business statement for a reason. But most of us in the conversations we're having off the air with each other, we're all still in shock. We're still trying to process this at this point. So if we seem a little bit off our game in spots, yeah. We're not even sure how we're here at the moment, because it wears on you after a while. It does. Now, having said that, the next 2 days, I'm on the network. So, be a little more in the groove between the stripe line and the solid line for the rest of the week. I'll tell you about my schedule when we come back and wrap things up on Super Talk, Mississippi, Pike County 93.5.
Every now and then, we remind all of you loving, awesome, hardworking husbands that you have a premium it's time to renew. No, it's not life insurance, car insurance, or health insurance. It's way more important than those. I'm Kristen. Gentlemen, it's time to renew those long-term wife insurance policies. When you surprise her with a gift from Selmans, you remind her that no matter what lies ahead, you and she will get through it together. Your gift tells her this long-term wife insurance policy is for life. Renew your long-term wife insurance policy right here at Selmans. We're in it for the long term with you.
Don't escape in the morning. Even when you miss it the first time, you can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. Super Talk 93.5 is always the place to be. Want to get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all around, it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, or just right there on the page. Dave in the morning, late at night, or anytime you have the crave. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Weekday mornings at 6 after 9 on 93.5 FM, or you can catch up anytime by going to
SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Dave in the morning at SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. Catch up and catch on.
Closing time. Open all the doors and let you out into the world.
That's it. We are done on this Wednesday. Thanks so much to Brandy and Nick for being here from the Southwest Mississippi Children's Advocacy Center. They've got their Bubbly and Bingo event coming up a week from this Saturday. I don't know why I'm telling you. If you don't have a ticket, you can't go. They're sold out. That's a fantastic problem to have. But I told them, probably should just start holding it in a field so you can have as many people as you want. Boy, that would be a nightmare, especially right now when the temperatures are 900 degrees. But it's going to be a great event. They're going to have a good time. And the Children's Advocacy Center does really, really important work. So they deserve our support no matter what is going on. As I said earlier, tomorrow I'm in the big chair. Tomorrow morning, Lucian has something he's got to step away from. He was going to be doing the show because Richard had to step away for something. So I'm the hole batter here. Not on deck. I was in the hole. They activated me. I'm up to bat tomorrow morning at 6:06 with mornings here on Super Talk. And then Friday, just for fun, I'll be doing middays. I told Alex yesterday, if Buddy calls in for Saturday, I'm just going to tell everybody to use duct tape and WD-40, and if those two things don't fix it, it's not my problem anymore. Have a wonderful day. Hug your friends and family a little bit tighter today, and I'll see you tomorrow morning at 6:06 on Super Talk, Mississippi, Pike County, my friend. I'll see you then.
SuperTalk Mississippi media production.